Hi everyone! Today we're going to tackle a fun little project. I've got this ugly old garden shed in the back of my yard, and today is demolition day. So we're going to take the B2600 and have a little bit of fun. So right now I've got a chain hooked up to the top corner, and the plan is to just rip it right off and hopefully it falls to the ground. Let's see how that goes. So now what I'm going to try to do is go around the top beam and give it a good yank. Maybe it'll work. This shed is very rotten. It should fall. It should not be a big deal to make it fall to the ground. Oops. Piece by piece, and to go about to the sides, I'm going to try to push it over. So I'm just lining myself up here, and I kind of figure out that it'd probably be better if I took the forks off for the tractor, because if the shed actually decides to go and falls down onto the tractor itself, probably not the safest situation considering I have absolutely no rear ballast on this tractor. So basically I'm just repositioning myself here and going to take the forks off, and then I'm going to come back with the B and use it as a battering ram. So that should work out pretty nicely. So coming back as a battering ram. Gauging the old 4x4. Tell you, for a rotten old garden shed, this thing is really solid. I mean, I think I could have pulled it straight up to the front of the yard if I hooked up onto it properly. It's really not wanting to let go. And I mean, this thing has been weathered and rotting, and it was nothing more than basically a big incubator for local wildlife, and rats and stuff, so it needed to go. Finally, after much persuasion, she kind of decided to go lean down and take a nap. So yeah, this was a lot tougher than I expected. I was actually fearful that once I started pulling or pushing on it, they would actually fall on my new tractor. So so much to be said for the frailty of fairly modern construction methods. This, you know, OSB and 2x3 studs. This thing has been around for about 20 years, actually probably 30 years. Received absolutely no love on a bad foundation and still put up quite a bit of a fight. So, not bad. So here what I decided to try to do is to take the forks and actually peel off the plywood and the asphalt shingles. I hate removing asphalt shingles by hand. This is something, if I can avoid it, I'll do it with the machine. So, and actually this turned out to be quite easy. A little bit of proper persuasion and the pieces are just peeling right off. So this was actually a very simple modular removal of the pieces. They just a little bit of yanking and away they fall. This is actually going to be a really nice surprise over here, so I'm just trying to peel this little piece off, and couldn't have turned out any better. Look at that. Beautiful. So I'm going to try to reach the back panels. In order to do that, I got to get rid of the trusses that are still holding up remarkably. I'm going to start just battering them and breaking them out and carrying them out to the trash container, and then I'll be able to lift the back panel. So it should be pretty easy. Now it's time to take the back wall out. It actually stayed in one piece throughout the entire demolition process, so it's about 8.5 feet wide, 14 feet long. And I'm going to try to take it out to the container all in one shot. So I got a chain around it. I got a bungee cord at the top, and what I got to do here is maneuver this wall through an 8-foot gate between a roof, a garage, garbage container, and a house. So this is actually pretty dicey. Not a lot of room for mistake here. And also, this is an unballasted tractor, so the back wheels are just barely kissing the ground. Actually, I tried a bit earlier to get off the tractor, and the tractor started to tip over to the front. So me being the ballast on the seat here, I have to be very careful. If I move one way or the other, the tractor starts to tip over. So as you can see here, it's too wide for the gate, barely on the side of the garage, almost at the roof, almost at the house. I got to maneuver this very, very carefully going through it. So now I'm actually getting close to the container, so I got to turn as soon as I clear it. If not, I'll be stuck between the garage and the container. So I can't actually see from the driver's seat if I've cleared, so I'm just guessing it at this point. Luckily, I didn't crash into the side of my garage there, so this is good. So as I'm backing up, I have a problem. My driveway, you can't really see it on the picture here, but my driveway actually goes down quite a bit, and it's slanted over towards my neighbor onto the left there. So as I'm backing up, I can feel the back tires of the tractor starting to lift off the ground. And this is the actual perfect position to have a tractor flip over, is to have a weight in your bucket high up and you're on uneven ground. This is how, you know, most tractor flip overs are done. So I'm trying to see where I'm going, but every time I lean over to the right of the tractor, the left wheel starts to pick off the ground. So I got to actually lean over to the left to counterbalance the tipping over of the tractor. I got my hand on the loader control valve, so if anything does start to go, I'm just going to drop the wall and save my tractor. So this is very, very scary. It doesn't look like it, but as an operator in the seat, terrifying. Always afraid that my tractor is about to flip over. This is not a very fun position to be in. And here we are, one deleted garden shed. So I ended up actually digging quite a bit to get all the roots and the trees out. But yeah, so that definitely is going to take a little bit of work to build the new one. That's going to be the upcoming projects. I'm going to start by leveling out the soil that I just piled over my garden here. Actually thinking I'm going to build it. I was going to build it in the original spot, but I think I'm going to put it in the corner there where I have some of my equipment stored. So I think I'm going to put the new shed there. I'm going to ask the city for a change of my plans there and build it in a new spot. And the other one's just going to end up being garden.
Hey ladies. Did I scare you? Camera shy.
So thank you for watching, guys. It's been a lot of fun. We'll see you on the next project.